either black or brown or yellow or red. You are now green. You are light green or dark green. Do you understand?
It's that full metal cran-eating creature in the sand, creeping, keeping every man, woman, child in our land, sleeping peacefully and shatter any enemy they come across. You messing with America, then you must really wanna lost something soft. There's not a pertinence or interest. Gladly sacrifice themselves so you don't have to witness the cost of what your freedom is, and they gain it in inches. So long story short, don't end up on the ship.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.
You're easily offended, then you legally should exit. There's no decency on this frequency. Our method is bringing prime time entertainment to the veterans, and those of you who know the truth is what they have protected. Shout out to Tommy Roddick and the baby Jesus, run it up, saving 22 by the day, homie, buddy up. Sit back and relax while the dude speaks some facts. While you're here, have a snack of some color-coded wax.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Full Metal Cran Eaters, episode 4. This is weird. They're letting us keep doing this. So, I am one of your hosts tonight, Baby Jesus. Tom is on a plane right now. Not on a boat. He's on a plane. And our guest tonight is Mr. Albert Woodin. So,
What's up, Kyle?
thanks for coming back on the show. We talked for a little bit before the show, and I had a internet issue that has hopefully worked out. So if I just randomly disappear, I'll just let Albert talk because he's way more entertaining than I am.
Oh, great. Thanks for that pressure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No problem. How you been, man?
Good. You?
It could be worse, but could be better. I won't complain.
Yep.
Living one day at a time and trying to stay sane in this crazy world.
Yeah, it's a challenge for all of us, I think, right now.
Yeah. I am looking forward to this warm weather. We had I don't know about over there on the East Coast, but we had like 2 full days of like spring.
Yeah, we were
like
we were 80 in blue skies past couple days, so and same tomorrow.
Oh, ours
It's
wasn't
tough.
that nice, but it was
It's
like
tough.
it was almost 70. So I got outside for a little bit and it felt so much better than sitting inside on my computer all the time. But what's up, Justin and Jade? We got called Beautiful Beaches.
Oh, beaches. Jade, I think I was out in your neck of the woods. I think Colorado.
Yep. Mr. Donovan too. I was gonna send him a meme today, and I don't know why I didn't. It was about the wife had done something to the husband, so he turned all of her wigs into mops. I was gonna send it to him. I was like, you need to keep this material for later,
Yeah.
in case Athena does something. But I forgot. I don't know. I just had a brain fart and forgot. But so we can just jump right into it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Why were you in Colorado?
So I've been having some issues for many years, forgetting, headaches, blurred vision, equilibrium, things like that. Really didn't think of a TBI or brain injury, to be honest. until we went to a vet retreat in Oak Island, North Carolina. And it was put on by American Military Family, another great organization, by the way. And they had one of the doctors come on and do a Zoom call with about 30 vets there and their families. And as the doc's talking, I keep getting that little nudge, that little poke, like, yep, check, 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 check. And it kind of hit me, and I had to take a minute and go, like, pull myself together, because like it was like real. It hit me like this could be the problem. So she was from the Marcus Institute. It's in Aurora, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver. That's at the University of Colorado campus, actually. And I was accepted into the program, so I went for the 4-day eval. And yeah, I have TBI, multiples. So that explains a lot of it. There are some things they can do to help it get better. Just in the 4 days I was there, man, just some of the cognitive stuff you do along with the thinking, like your brain has all these little pockets that work differently. So it's not that I'm forgetting. I just can't pull it out properly. So like if you would tell me something and ask me in a few hours, I'm probably not going to remember. 3 days from now, I might. A month from now, I'll definitely remember. But they work with you to get your brain to fire those receptors, so your brain starts picking up more of that. And it's not that I'm forgetting. It's just, it's incredibly frustrating for many years, walk out into the garage with keys and a list for the grocery store and forget where the hell I'm going. Or buy a gallon of milk when I just bought a gallon of milk. And it just, the list goes on and on and on. And, not feeling quite myself, and equilibrium being off, not being able to walk long distances because I get like really wobbly. That's all part of it. So there's a lot of things they can do: physical therapy, vestibular training, ocular, all of it. They do it all. So I'm going back for the 3-week inpatient program, probably the end of summer when it's balls hot here and I can go to Colorado and relax.
A good choice.
Yeah. Colorado's not a bad place to be either. Just saying.
Yeah. I've been there once or twice. No, I've only been there.
Yeah.
I spent some time there once.
Yeah.
But that's I mean, it definitely sucks, but at least you have the knowledge, and there's things they can do to help.
Yeah. Now, like she said, what percentage would you be happy? Like, what would you expect? What are you expecting? And honestly, my biggest thing is if I can remember to do 2 more things a day that I'm forgetting, that's a win. That's a win. Yeah. If they can help me with my balance and things like that, I'll take it. That's a win. Like, it doesn't, I don't, my expectations are just to be better, and whatever that better is what it is, and I'll take it. So, it's better than not doing anything about it. It's better than hiding it and being ashamed of it, or feeling like people are changing around you to accommodate you.
Right.
Yeah. I don't want to do that anymore, man.
Yeah. I don't blame you. That's kind of like along the lines of what we were talking about earlier, just starting somewhere, take what you can get,
Right.
It doesn't, you don't have to, you're not going to, be instantly cured and everything be all hunky dory. You got to start the small victories,
Right. Like, and just, to be honest, I was really concerned about Alzheimer's or dementia, to be honest.
Right.
Tested negative for both of those. So that's great. So that's check. We're not worrying about that anymore. And there's some issues where I got a little bit of they have the thing where you tap hands, and my left side I got a little bit of a glitch. I buffer for a quick second and then I work. So, they're going to work with that too. And it's just making your brain think differently, and using different parts of your brain to get other parts of your brain to fire. So
Right.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm ready.
I want to know more about it because that's gonna be huge for a lot of people too.
Yeah, and the Marcus Institute, by the way, is free. It's a free program. They take care of everything.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I know that there's a lot of people out there that they always think that, if they don't qualify for this or that, there's options out there for everybody.
Yeah, and what's nice about the Marcus Institute too is if you're not a fit there, they're not just going to throw you out and they just like give up. There's other institutions across the country that they work with that can help too. Like there's the Shepherd's Institute in Georgia, I want to say, that they are TBI clinic too, but they specialize in a different type of brain trauma than what the Marcus Institute does. So I mean, there's options. Like you said, there's so much out there we should all be tapping into, and that's why I'm glad you had me come on, at least talk about it and put the information out there.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's never a time I don't want to talk to Albert.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
just because you're here either. Because
Right.
I was telling mom, I went to eat with my mom and my sister tonight before the show, and I told my sister, I was like, I was telling my mom too, but not specifically because I know this isn't stuff that my mom likes to. Not that she doesn't care, the language we use around, she's
Right.
not a fan of that, and our humor, she's not a fan of that either. But like,
Yeah.
I told my sister, I was like, you should try to catch the show tonight because we're gonna have Albert on. I was like, he's awesome, he's funny, and he knows a lot of shit, and he knows a guy. So like,
Yeah.
he's not just funny, he's not just good looking, he's not just smart.
Oh, stop. Now you're making me blush, man.
Well, hey, Tom's not here, so I can say what I want. I can say what my heart feels.
I kind of feel like I'm cheating a little bit.
I won't tell if you won't.
I definitely won't tell.
He'll never see this or hear it.
Maybe.
He probably will pop on here in a little bit.
Yeah. But
He was
yeah, I
flying
would
back home tonight. So
yeah, just like we talked before, man. For the show, even if it's running just to a stop sign or walking to a stop sign, you got to start somewhere. And I've been very lucky that my family's supported it. And then I think the validation was, having my wife hear the results, because each doctor, you did a call with each doctor, and she was able to be on the call, like a Zoom call like we're doing here. And, she got to have questions answered and was able to talk and hear exactly word for word what was going on. And
that's huge.
Yeah, I'm not crazy, man. It's not just in my head,
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing stuff on purpose. Like it sometimes seems like and I see now how challenging it's been, not for her, but like for a lot of people that, somebody asked me to do something. I'm like, yeah, don't remember that.
Right.
Hey, I'll call you back tonight. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
It's funny you say that because I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm not going to out who they are, but I was like, hey, here's my phone number. Give me a call whenever you get a free minute. It's not an emergency, just talk to you about some other business. I'm like, okay, I'll call you tomorrow or after work or something. Okay. That was Saturday. And I'm like, I ain't even mad. And then like a couple days later, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna, just getting stuff moved, blah, 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 blah. And
yeah.
What time do you get off work tomorrow? I was like 2:30. All right, I'll call you tomorrow. Still hasn't called.
Right.
And obviously if it was important, I would have reached out. I'm like, hey, what's your number? I'll call you.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what I don't like about Colorado though. Get there and it's 62 degrees and I wear shorts all the time. Like I don't do long pants or sweatpants, or I don't like it. And next day it was like 52. Go to bed, get up the next morning, there's 6 inches of snow on the ground. Like, what the hell is this? Then sign up for this, then get ready to leave the fourth day, getting ready to leave, and it's back up to 60. Like crazy.
Kind of like Indiana, but with more snow.
Right.
What's up, Damien? I definitely want to go back out to Arizona. whenever I get the time. I want to go back. I wish I got to do what Van did. He got to drive most of his walking route when he went to go back to California to get his car. I would love to drive some route again,
Yeah.
especially out west. I
Yeah.
want to go back to see that.
I
My mom
miss
asked me
Arizona.
today. My mom asked me today, like, "Do you miss being out there?" I was like, and when I got home, I didn't, but I'm to the point now. I'm like, yeah, I miss being out there.
Yeah.
Just that it was just so quiet. It was -7 yesterday morning. You can keep that out there.
No, you can have that. Nope. Nope. I don't do negative temperatures anymore.
That's why you moved to the beach, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I'll kick that sand around all day and have it blow in my face and not give two cares, but you can keep that snow.
yeah. I like it a little bit. I like to drive in it, but everyone else doesn't know what the hell they're doing. So yeah, you can just keep it.
Yeah. Yeah. Beach is my, yeah.
I'm looking forward to the warm weather just so I can get out there more regularly and run.
Right.
Had so much like ice and snow and rain here lately. It's sleeting now.
Yeah.
We had those 2 nice days and it got cold and wet and rainy again.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Like I said, we've been lucky here. It got, I won't say cold. It got cooler, 50s, 40s.
Cold for there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did have snow one day. You could still see the tops of the grass, but there was snow. It was white. By 10:30, it was gone. So that's enough for me. I'm good.
Yep. A couple weeks ago when we had our real bad snow, we didn't work for a couple days. The day it snowed, I went to go get in my car to go to work because we hadn't got called off yet, and it took me 20 minutes to get into my car. Everything was frozen. I had to like hip check all 4 doors. Finally got one of them to open, and I drive a 23-year-old SUV, so it's but it's got 270,000 miles on it, so I can't complain.
Right.
Finally get into it, and I broke the lock, so I can't lock my driver door now. But I get into it, and then I couldn't get my wind. I don't have any heat in my truck either. No defroster,
Jeez.
nothing. So, and that just happened like right before it got cold. The blower went out. So I'm out there with like not even a scraper. I had an old license plate that I was scraping my windshield off with because I didn't have a scraper, and I scratched the shit out of my windshield. And I was like, I'm not going to work today. I was out there for like 30 minutes. I was cold. I'm not a morning person anyway, so I was like, I'm going back to bed.
Right.
I texted my boss, and he's like, yeah, we're not working today or tomorrow. I'm like, thanks.
I just scratched the hell out of my windshield, hip checked my car, and now it's
yeah. And then last Friday, we got a little bit of rain, and it froze overnight. And the same thing, I went out the next morning, couldn't get in the truck. Finally get in, I had to hip check it again. And I get in, I turn it on. It didn't want to start. It finally started, but my windshield wipers were frozen. And since I don't have a heater or a defroster, I just shut the car off, and I was like, I texted my boss, I was like, hey, I need a vacation day today. I'm not coming in. It's like if you don't approve me for a vacation day, I'll call in a sick day. He's like, I got you, don't worry about it. It's like I'm not gonna sit there for 30 minutes and scrape ice off the windshield. So I'm hoping this rain freezes again, so I don't have to go to work tomorrow. I'll take another vacation day.
Yeah, I might get out the Speedo tomorrow and do some laps.
Tom texted me yesterday. He said, I have a dare for you. And I was like, I'm scared. I don't get nervous very often, but if Tom was like, I got a dare for you, I knew it was going to be something crazy. And he said, I dare you to dress up as baby Jesus and go to a strip club. And I was like that's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
No, that's not that bad.
I was like, no, I literally wore that robe through 3 airports on Halloween. So I flew out of Indianapolis. I called the airlines first because I didn't know what the policy was.
Right.
I was like, hey, can I wear a Halloween costume on the plane? And they're like, what's the costume? And I told them, I was like, it's just a robe. I was like, there's no mask. I was like, no. And they're like, okay, yeah, you're fine. This is before COVID, so no mask, obviously.
Right.
And I flew out of Indianapolis wearing that into DC and then to LA. It was weird. But I wore that because he dared me to wear it through the airport. I wore it through 3 airports on Halloween. And when I got into DC, I had like an hour layover and we switched planes. There was a Muslim family that was in the same line as me.
Oh boy.
And I was like, oh, and everybody's always giving me shitty looks anyways, because they were
Right.
like, what's this guy doing? Because you could clearly tell it was a costume, not anything authentic at all.
Right.
And but I was like, it's October 31st, it's Halloween. But they were in the same line as I was in for the plane, and they got pulled to the side. I don't know what it was for, and I'm not gonna make any assumptions, but like they got pulled to the side, and I was like, oh, they're gonna think that I'm with them. Oh, I'm not with them. I didn't bring anything on the plane I'm not supposed to. I double checked. You can check. I have no pockets.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I mean, I'm not really interested in going to strip club anymore, but I mean, go in there and be like, Cinnamon, I'm disappointed in what you did yesterday.
Yeah. I'm so disappointed. We need to talk about it. Yeah, I had a guy in TSA, Dave Miller, gave me a Marine Challenge coin on our first hike. And whenever I travel, and I'm usually going more than just, out of state or like far trip, I'll take that coin with me. I just throw it in my pocket. So TSA, I took it out, you got to empty your pockets.
Right.
And the guy that was an agent there, he picks it up and he looks at it and he goes, man, that's a nice coin. Where'd you get that? You a Marine? I said, no. He goes, then why are you carrying it? And I said, well, honestly, it's none of your damn business. I just didn't even want to get into it. And, he was like really looking at it, trying to, like, he was going to try to keep it. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I overanalyzed that one, but I was not having it. He just trying that. Like that. Exactly like that.
So I thought,
yeah,
I actually just got all mine together the other day, and they're right here on my computer.
Yeah, exactly the same.
I'm not sure honestly where I got that one. It might have been Dave.
Yeah, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I travel with. Your chip's another one, and of course my coin. I keep it with me. But those are usually the 3 I have in my pocket. Yeah, that's the one. And then I got one of your chips you gave me out in DC.
Mm-hmm. I have the Veteran Services Office of Carroll County. I have theirs too.
Huh.
You know how that
happened?
I don't know. It's actually a pretty cool coin too.
Mm-hmm.
They need to make a new one because they have all the branches on the back. They don't have space for it.
One.
So
yeah.
They need a new one. Yeah, I couldn't tell you where I got most of these at.
Yeah. I put mine in my cabinet, and that's usually where they stay. Those 3 ones I keep in my cigar box, and that's where I put my rings, and I just reach in there and grab those, and kind of goes with me when I go.
Yeah, I need to get a box for mine. I just haven't. The list of things to do never ends.
Yeah. Squirrels get in the way. You start looking away, and something else catches you, and keep on going.
Oh, I'm gonna clean this weekend, and I already had plans to do this. But
yeah, that was another one. That was another one of mine too. Is start doing a project and forget what I was doing. Like walk out to the garage to get something, and then start cleaning out in the garage, and I got paint inside drying on the brush. Whoops.
Yeah. I was just taking a break.
Yeah. I was just getting some fresh air.
Don't want to work too hard, too fast. Hurt myself. So
got to pace myself.
I've been going to the chiropractor a lot, about once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's really the run, but I think with that and then the new job that I'm doing at work, I'll just lift heavy parts and walk 15 miles a
Yeah.
day still.
Yep.
I'm like,
Are you using the Patriot Project for that or no?
no, my insurance covers it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
cool. Even better.
so it's nothing out of my pocket to go as long as I don't go more than every 2 weeks,
Right. Yeah.
which I don't really need to anyways.
Yeah.
But last Monday, I was at work and my back hurt like it had never hurt before. I called the office and I was like, "Hey, can I come in?" And they're like, "Well, he's out of the office until Wednesday." I'm like, "I have an appointment for that following Monday." I was like, "If I'm not better by Wednesday, I'll just come in."
Right.
And I felt better. And then this Monday, when I had the appointment at work, my sciatic on my right side started hurting real bad, like up in my back and down real far in my leg. I'm like, "The hell, this just starting." And I went in and I told him, I'm like, "Hey, I don't know why, but this started hurting, blah blah blah." And he's like, "Okay, we'll beat it up." He took that gun with the big ball on the end of it and just.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, "Don't do that, Al. Keep going. Don't stop. Yeah,
Yeah.
go."
Stop. No
And
go. Stop. No go.
yeah, hooked me up to the E-stem for a little bit, and
Yeah.
it felt better that day. But man, the relief isn't lasting as long as it was. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I told my boss about it. So I'm like, I'm lifting the same amount of parts, but I'm just lifting less at one time. I would lift like 4 totes at once and just throw them on the line.
Right.
Now I'm like 2.
Getting
Just
old, man.
yeah, I put my body through a lot in the past 5 or 6 years, so
Yeah.
it'll catch up with me eventually. So trying
Yeah.
to.
When you do the hike and in May, I'm always impressed on you just go flying by. You're like, there goes Kyle. There goes Kyle.
I don't even know why. Like the first year I did that, I don't know why I did that, and now everybody's like, "Oh, you have to do it now." I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I'd like to know how many miles do you put on when you do that? Do you know?
I checked the last time, but I don't remember what it was. I'll track it this year
I'd
and
be
let you
really
know.
curious. I'd bet it's got to be close to
How
10.
how far is the hike?
If I remember right, I think it's just about 5 miles, just about.
I think you're right.
'Cause
I think it was. I can actually go back and look. Actually, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I'm just curious because I know that, like I said, you passed me 3 or 4 times for sure. And if you're running front to back,
It's not like you're in all the way across the U.S. or something. Yeah, I may have done that. All right, let's see.
I could say something, but I'll
November.
behave.
No, you don't have. You have no filter. You have nothing. You can say whatever you want. This is a safe place. You guys can say whatever you want.
Oh, now
No
I feel
judgment.
better because you said it's safe. Not like you
Yeah.
took a vacation, right?
No, I wouldn't. I would never do that. What day was the hike on this year? The 5th? No, that's Wednesday.
7th, 8th, 7th or 8th, I thought.
20. Yeah.
Hell,
I wasn't wearing my watch that day
yeah.
because I said I only took 6,000 steps, so 3 miles.
No way.
No,
No.
the hike was longer than that. So
Yeah.
I think I didn't have my phone with me at all because I didn't want to carry it.
How
I'll check.
we probably walked 2,000 steps afterward when we had that little get together, just
Yeah.
pacing out there talking.
I have 29,000 steps. So let me see. Let me do some math.
I might have
14.5 miles.
I might have got 290 steps in today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pushed it.
I ain't mad at you. Yeah. Your brain works harder than mine does, though.
It does. It does. And that's
Yeah.
something else I found out too. Like not sleeping or the complete polar opposite, wanting to sleep all the time. It's just, and the doctor explained it that's just the way your brain's on constant stimuli, like looking for stimulus to engage. And
Yeah.
you're doing so much to try to figure it out, your brain is that it's just shuts off. And when it shuts off,
I've
then you
had
crash.
I don't blame it on the military, but ever since I went in, and since then I have always went through a phase where I either don't sleep at all and eat like a pig, or I don't eat at all and I sleep like a bear in hibernation. Like,
Right.
and it's not as bad with the eating thing anymore, but the sleep thing is still, I either do or I don't. Like
Right.
2 hours
Yeah.
or 6. I never get like more than 6 ever.
Yeah, I've gone all
That's
day. I've gone all day without eating. She'll come home and say, "What'd you have for lunch today?"
Yeah, a nap. So that's what I had for lunch today. I was like, I laid down at work, set my alarm for 30 minutes. I was like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
But I went and I had dinner today, so I've eaten once.
Yeah. Yeah. I had
The only
dinner
reason I
with,
did that because my sister was asked if me and my mom wanted to eat dinner, so we all ate dinner together.
yeah, we had fresh shrimp tonight, straight from the boat, buddy.
I'm jealous.
Keep telling you
Give
to
me
come
that job that
down.
I was talking about. Give me that job I'm talking about. I'll move down there. I'll
Yeah,
keep the
well,
RV. I'll just park it down there.
hey,
I'm
we'll
down.
figure it out.
Yep. I come back every other weekend to pick up my son. Figure all that out.
Yeah.
I had coffee. It counts. Yeah, coffee counts as lunch.
Okay.
Only reason I say that because I do that too sometimes.
Yeah, I don't do coffee, so
I
I'm
love it.
usually doing the old Mountain Dew, which I find out too is not good either.
That's horrible for you.
Yeah. I'm been drinking a lot of water since I've been back, more than I ever have. And
Makes
again,
you pee a
trying to
lot.
do all these little things to help me, so when I go back, I'm on the right track instead of trying to catch up when I get there. I
Yeah.
want to make sure that I'm being proactive, because I've been so
Yeah.
reactive for so long. Wait for something to happen, then say, okay, well, I better get it fixed or checked, and just like with my leg, just pushing. If it hurts, whatever. It's just because I went too much, and
Right.
no.
Yep.
Yeah. So
We
time to start
talked
listening.
about it. We talked about it before the show. We had like a pre-show before the show. I wish you
Yeah.
guys could have heard it, but we talked about. I asked you if you'd finish that David Goggins book.
I did.
So I want to know, since we're on the air, what was your honest opinion and what did you take away from that book?
I think everybody should listen to that book or read it, whatever you like to do. What I took away from it, and you and I talked about, I'm trying to keep it in here for a second. Everybody has options. You can lie down and poor me, I got, my leg tore apart and might not walk again, and I could have gave up and quit. I didn't. You could have said, piss on it, I'm done trying not to drink, I'm going to drink. You didn't. And it goes back to, if you can just walk to the corner or run to the corner, and that's all the further you make it today, so what? There's tomorrow. Get back up, do it again. If you can't do it again. Just keep pushing. That's what hole in your heart, run on broken legs, SEAL Ranger. What am I missing here? SEAL Ranger, something else, Special Forces. He did it all.
Yeah, he did it. He did it all.
He did it all. Never quit. Push, drive, determination. Just, always taking a mess and turning it into a message,
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I took away from it.
The owner of the Texas Roadhouse here in Columbus put me onto that book. The last year that I did the 300 miles, he asked me, he's like, do you like to listen to audiobooks? And I'm like, it's not my gig, man. That's not for me. I listen to music and that's it. And then he was like, well, if you ever get, you want to try this book out, I highly recommend this book. And he kind of explained it to me, and like it kind of went in an ear, went out the other. And I was like, okay, cool. Navy SEAL, badass, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's like, I think you'd really like it. He's like an ultra runner and blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. And that was the end of it. I forgot all about it. And then I think it was like the second day I was out in Missouri or Illinois. And I was like, this music's not really doing it for me today. I'm going to, try something new. What's that book he told me to get? I downloaded it real quick. And I listened to like half of it that first day. I'm like, holy, like the first 2 minutes of it, I was like, I'm going to like this.
Yeah.
Like, I think, because the narration was on point. That's why I tell people to, like, if you can listen to it, that's the way I would recommend it, because there's way more you get out of it than reading it, because they do like an after podcast style thing after each chapter to unpack that chapter. So the author and the narrator. But I bought the hard copy too, just to have it. And there's actually a clean version of that book. He has a hard copy of a clean version of the hardback.
I didn't notice that it wasn't clean.
Right, yeah. That's what I love about it too. People get upset with his language sometimes. I'm like, that's the last person in the world I would say, watch your mouth.
Right.
That man has earned the right to say what he wants,
Right.
use the F word when he wants to. I'm like, and like he says, he doesn't throw it around just because his life fucking sucked.
Yeah.
I thought my life was not even close.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I didn't have to worry about my dad literally almost beating me to death.
Right.
There's some times he probably should have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I tell people all the time, like, just listen to it one time. You don't have to listen to it like 30 times like I have. But
Yeah,
I'll get to the point like I'll listen to it and then I'll finish it and I'll start it right back over.
Yeah. I think it was like chapter 6 that I actually called you or texted you and was like, you asked if I did it, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of stuck for a minute. And I think it was chapter 6, I think. And it was one that was kind of, I had to start and stop it a couple of times just to get through it. And there's just a lot in that book that's, I mean, anybody that's struggling with anything could relate to that book.
Yeah. Armored Mind. It's not about a trophy.
Yes.
The most powerful weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. Like, when I told Tom to listen to it, and it's a tough book to listen to, because I think that's why I like it so much, is because he's like, this is not a book about the accomplishments that I've had and the life that I've lived. Like, apply your life to it. And I've never heard someone do that. I'm sure there's people that have done it, but like, it wasn't just, hey, I've done all these things and ran all these miles and stuff. It's like, apply your life to those situations, or whatever. And I think that's why I've resonated with that. Like, that's resonated with me so well, is because I can actually, my dad didn't beat me, but I went through this, and I went,
Right.
that didn't happen to me, but I can put this.
Right.
So yeah, I tell people all the time, just
after reading it, I think like my attitude towards people, like I'm not a people-y person, believe it or not. I'm not. I'm much better on my back porch or in my garage and one or two people around, maybe. Like, I mean, I can tolerate people, I just prefer not to.
right.
But like, after reading that book, it was kind of like, I don't want to say it, like I don't even notice people around anymore, kind of. Like, I'm not wasting.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't want to say wasting time, but I'm not like focusing on all, like I'm not looking for something for it to happen. Like, I'm just kind of like, what, I'm in this moment, I'm going to live in this moment, not on over there. Like,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and go on and just screw around over there all you want. I'm right here, and this is where I'm going to stay,
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, that last chapter is
Yeah,
just enough to seal the deal too.
yeah,
Like I've multiple times I went back just to listen to that one chapter. If I'm having a rough day or whatever, I'm just feeling whatever. I'm like, okay, that's what I needed.
yeah, yeah. Even my daughter Bella, my middle child, she was like, Dad, how come you just like some? Oh, I know what it was. We were they're getting a rental house next to our rental house for vacation, and all the kids are the young adults. Sorry, not kids, young adults. So
Yeah,
the owner changed it from, instead of Sunday to Sunday, it's Friday to Friday, and Bella's over there ready to lose her mind, and I'm just saying, whatever, like, okay, what are the options? What are we doing? She goes, give me the damn phone. And I'm like, no, I'm good. And we get done, and she's like, who the hell are you? You would have ripped somebody a new ass before. Now you're just kind of like, hey, what are the options? What can we do here? Like, what's going on? And
yeah,
I'm not saying it's the book. I'm not saying it's
right.
keep my mind at ease from going to the Marcus Institute, finding out that they're not going to have to do surgery on the leg, all these things kind of coming together. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it. It's been kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, I love seeing karma come around to the, especially the good kind,
Yeah.
people that deserve it the most.
Yeah.
What's up, Jimmy?
Jimmy.
He's in here every week, man.
Yeah. He's another good one. He does.
Yeah, he is.
Him and his wife do a lot. So thanks, Jimmy.
I know it's a lot of the behind the scenes stuff too
Yeah.
that people like you don't get enough credit for. That I know that you don't want the credit for, but
No. It's hard for
saying,
me to say me or I, and you know me well enough. I never say it ever.
yeah,
But recently I've learned to say me and I, because I have to, for me, so I can be better. Not only
Yeah.
for my wife, my family, friends. I'm really, really looking forward to it. I can't say it enough.
yeah. I'm very. I don't know. There's not really a word to describe like the gratitude that I feel that I've with the people that I've surrounded myself with the past like 7 or 8 years.
Yep.
It's been
Yep.
it's been that long.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like seems like yesterday. Like I missed your guys' first hike because that was the year I did the first run.
Yep.
The very first one. I hate that I've missed it, but I've been to everyone since then.
Yeah.
I'll be at everyone from here on out. I'm not. That's the first like vacation day that's goes my calendar every year now. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
first Saturday of May.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And the people that I've let go out of my life that I didn't need, that weren't like. It's not that I would get anything out of it, but like they weren't providing anything positive. They
Yeah.
were complete opposite. Sucking, leeching like good vibes and everything off of you. So I'm I don't have the same, you know, upbeat, cheery that I was, in November,
Right.
but it's still there. Like, and like I said from the beginning, like, still gonna have bad days, just like
Yeah.
everybody else. That's not gonna magically go away.
Yeah.
But my perspective has totally changed, and
Yeah.
that's all I
No,
can ask for.
I think we talked when you were Arizona, and then we talked again. You were mid country somewhere. We talked one night, and you could hear it. You'd had that conversation with that little boy. Um, you know, just that talk, and you could hear it in your voice, like something mattered, something clicked, something. Like you
Yeah,
felt
that
it,
Grand
like you
that Grand
felt
Canyon,
it.
man,
Yeah.
that was, I know for a fact, that was the pivotal point in the run, because I honestly, like, I remember our MCRD to the Grand Canyon, but I don't remember. I mean, I know I was there, but like it was like I was zoned out for that part. I didn't even really know what I was doing. I guess I was still trying to process everything or whatever. But then, like, once I hit the Grand Canyon, it was like, holy shit! Like you're like I had already seen people want to bring up the negative all the time. Like I seen the best in people this summer, this
Yeah.
past summer, and I seen not only like generosity and like just gratitude, just overwhelmingly amounts of like just genuinely good people. I'm like, I needed that, and I like
Yeah.
the people that I met, the stories that I heard, and everything, and all the experiences was like I could not have planned because I planned the shit out of that, and it was not even a fraction of what I needed to plan for.
Right.
But I could way it planned out. I couldn't have planned it better.
Right. Right.
Um,
Yeah, I was honestly worried when you first went out, to be honest. Like
me too.
I didn't I didn't doubt that you couldn't run it. That wasn't, I was more worried about mental, honestly. I didn't know if you were in a place in your life, to be honest, where you
Yeah,
were ready for all of that. And it turns
it's
out
funny you
that
say that, man. Um, because I knew because I talked to the people that I know that have walked it. Um, I talked to them about the whole mental part of it and everything, and I really wasn't in a good place mentally to do it.
yeah,
But again, like nobody wants to be in a bad place to do something like that. But like I think that's the place I needed to be in to do it.
yeah,
And um, I mean, you can ask Mike, the driver, like that I had for the majority of the run. Like, if he had $1 for every time I said I want to go home, or I'm tired, I'm done, I don't want to do this. Yeah, I didn't want to do it. That's you know 3,300 miles. Nobody wants to drive that far.
right,
And like, so I'm walking, I'm running this. I'm like, even after the Grand Canyon and that had clicked and everything, I'm still like, I got like 2,800 miles to go or whatever. And then like I told myself before I even left not to look at it like that. Like, don't look at it as 3.5 more months. Just one day at a time, one break at a time, 1 mile at a time. And pretty soon, like I was like, oh shit, I'm in Texas already. Like,
right.
I mean, Texas took forever, but like I feel like it was just like yesterday I was at MCRD and I'm already halfway done. I'm like, and I'm looking forward to I'm my goal for this year is to get that book started. Not finished, but I want to get it started. Um and just there's so much to unpack and put in there, so it's
Yeah,
gonna have to go through
I like
a
your
bunch of
concept too, your idea. I think people when they hear it or see it or start putting it out there, yeah.
yeah. I and honestly, like when I came home, like when I first set out, I was like, I'm gonna journal like Van and Ryan did. I'm gonna, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be detailed down to the step. I did not do that, but like 2 days because there was just so much to unpack, and I'm like, I can't even try anymore. There's just so much,
Yeah, look what
and I
look what happened in DC, man, just in that day.
yeah, yeah.
That
That's a
day
book.
alone.
That's a book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but and I do regret not journaling more and keeping track of all that stuff. But the best thing is I have all the pictures still, which I still haven't uploaded all of them. I feel horrible. I've just been so busy, but I can look at all those pictures and go through the whole route and like, yep, this happened. I saw this old couple in an old diner that were like 150 years old that had been married for 130 years. Looked like I remember that he pulled her seat out for her, and there was a old torn up American flag at this diner or at this RV park. And so it's just like I have that I can go off of. So when I do get the book going, I will be going through those to help bring out a lot of that stuff. And I've asked, pretty sure I asked you, but
You
I
did.
asked a couple other people to send me some questions because I know I will not get everything out if I try to do it myself. So if there's something you want to know or whatever, send me some questions because I want to make sure I get it all in there if I can.
Yeah.
You do a book, got to do an audio version. Hurt No More is amazing. Audio really comes to life. Yeah, yeah. Jimmy finished. I gave him that book too, and
Yeah.
and I promise. So like when I do this book, there will be an audio version of it. I've already made that a stipulation. I have to do that, and I promise you, I'm not narrating it because I'm not the person you want reading the book. It's bad.
Apple.
Yeah. I'm like Tom. Even though I would know it.
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
good,
and I agree, Jay. Like the turnout when I got to Granbury was. Somebody asked me a couple weeks ago. I think it was when we had the Mind Snacks guys on. They asked me like what my the favorite thing was, and like I can tell you what my favorite state was. I can't tell you what my favorite thing was. There's way too many events, like stories, people, experiences. I know Mike has got to hate my guts. I'm not like I'm not a morning person, and most people are. And like in the morning, I'm just like, morning. You might get a morning out of me.
Yeah.
Most times, like, hi.
Yeah. Hi. Go over there. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go run now.
Yeah.
But what is this? Next week I have a list because I'm trying to be more organized. And I've been doing that a lot lately, not with just podcast stuff, but everything, making lists. Because my forgetter's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next week, March 3rd, Mike, my driver, is gonna be on the show.
Okay.
We're gonna do some reminiscing. I want to hear some stuff from his side too.
Yeah.
We've sat down and talked to a couple times through Messenger, but I think that people hearing stuff from his side too and his perspective on things will be good. So I'm looking forward to that. It's better when I read it and go off script. No, I promise you don't want me to read it. I'm not literate enough to read. Even though if I know the story,
I did not.
Yeah. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate that. I don't do it for that, but I hope that people just better their lives because there's enough negative shit out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have your phone handy?
I do.
I think I might. Hold on. I'm gonna check first. I might have sent it to you already. I did not. I sent this. I thought I sent it to you and Tom at the same time. I didn't. I'm gonna pull that up. If I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am. Computer's going really slow because I've got like a million things open right now.
Yeah. And on Jimmy's comment, Jimmy wasn't military at all.
Yeah.
He just ran across our organization and made a phone call, and I happened to just pick up the phone, and I don't know how many years, 2-3 years ago, and ever since then, every time you have a phone conversation, it's it's like one of your brothers.
Yeah. I sent this to. I just now sent to Albert, but I sent this Tom the other day, and the one who plants trees knowing that he will never sit in their shade has at least started to understand the meaning of life. And I think you guys have planted a lot more trees than you'll ever realize. So don't ever think that you guys haven't made a difference, because I prove that you have.
Yeah.
I love you guys. like I've said it a million times, I'm just beyond grateful for the people that I've met doing what we do. Like, 'cause I don't know where I'd be if I was the same Kyle from 2015.
Yeah.
It was not a very friendly Kyle, not a very good Kyle. So
Yeah, to watch your growth has been. I'm glad you're still here.
yeah, I have bad days. Sometimes I
Well,
I
yeah,
wonder, but I wouldn't trade it for nothing. Like,
yeah.
you know,
That was that was a hard question to answer. The doc, she asked, about suicide or ideations, or have you ever thought about it? And that's a tough question to really have to answer. For
yeah.
anybody. You know,
If you're honest with yourself, it's hard.
right, right. And I knew at that moment, at that point, I had to be honest because I
Yeah,
I need to fix me. So dealing with all those opiates and alcohol back when I was on all those pills for my leg, and looking what I went through and put my family through, and yeah,
how long ago was that, if you don't mind me asking?
2000 July 14th 2010 4:26 p.m.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love you, brother.
I love you too, man. So yeah, did the whole pill thing for about 2 years, year and a half or so, 2 years. And good friend of mine, Jeff Hatrix,
Yep.
formerly a mushroom head, he suggested CBD, and to start looking for other natural options, and that kind of put me on the right path. And I've told that story a million times about looking at all those pills and getting so pissed that I just hit them, and when I hit them, they went everywhere, and I knew I had to pick them up before my kids got home from school, because I think they were 7, 6 at the time, maybe, and trying
Yeah.
to pick those up before they got home. And I couldn't walk, and I'm using a walker and a broom, and, you know, sweeping and putting them in a big popcorn bowl. And then I'm picking each one of them pills up and putting them back in the bottles. And I was like, that's it, man. I'm not doing this shit anymore. Just not doing it.
Yeah.
So that was my aha moment, I guess. You know, that was it for me with pills and alcohol. And I mean, I still drink here and there, but
Right.
we had that talk before the show too.
Yeah.
I just I don't have the desire like I used to anymore. I don't want to.
Yeah. I think that was like a big part of it for me too, is like I I do have that want to still. I still want to drink, but I know that I've never made a good decision in my life while I was drinking. Um, I've made I don't even want to know how many bad decisions I've made while, I'm drinking. And even towards the end, I wasn't like out of control, but like I was never just like a, one and done, you know, one
Yeah.
at dinner. No, it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't like like 8 or 10, but
Right.
5 or 6 a day, every day. It's, for me, it was enough to like just let that shadow of, depression and all this other
Right.
shit, just like, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna win. And people that don't have that, I envy you. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why it doesn't bother me if the people to drink. I just don't want them to use it as a crutch like I was using.
Yeah. And then, she says, so you're an addict. And I was like, what? No, I'm not. I don't like. She goes, no, you're an addict. And I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah.
Way to build somebody up there. But that's not what they're doing. They want you to understand how your brain's working. That's why they do it.
Yeah.
There's a part of your brain that's the addictive part that, And
Yeah.
I was, and she, and in her opinion, I was taking the pills not because I was looking for the high. I was looking to calm this down, to shut it down, because it was on overload.
Right.
So
It comes back to that book a little bit
it does.
too. And that's just what, like, if people that have read it or listened to it will, will understand and get that too. But
Yeah.
like I just apply out, like, I can tell that I've grown up a little bit because I used to associate everything in my life with South Park. Now I try to like associate with like David Goggins, or like something that's actually like intellectual and you know so, and that's what's helped me, I won't necessarily say like keep that dark cloud away, but like, or gone, but at least keep it, at arm's length for
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be a tough road sometimes.
Yeah, especially lately, I've been dealing with a lot of shit. I'm not gonna go into, but like just unnecessary shit.
Yeah.
And like, it would be so much. I would keep telling myself I would feel so much better if I just go have just one beer. Like, no, I know I can't do that. I can't do
No,
that.
because you get up tomorrow and the problem's still there.
Yeah.
No
Like,
matter what, that problem's still there unless you deal with it and really deal with it and finish it. It's always there.
yeah. It's just, that's one of the best things that I took away from the run too, is that shit that I carried around for years. Like, even just to people that would like, I'm not gonna bring everything out, but like if people would know some of the stuff that I carried around, they'd be like, "Why would you carry, like, that's stupid, that's petty, that's," but to me it was a big deal because whatever the situation was, and you carry something around like that for 20, 25 years. I'm only 34 years old. Like, I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
Man,
didn't
you're making me
interpret it
feel
like I
really
should
old.
have. Yeah, well, hey,
Desert
I gotta
Storm
have
was 30.
something.
Yeah, Desert Storm
I
was
seen that
31
today.
years ago. And I'm like, and you're 34? Holy shit. I'm grandpa.
Yeah. I'll read that. I kept covering up mental and physical pain. How can you help them? Very eye-opening journey for me. Yeah, absolutely.
and that's nice to see that, that
Yeah.
validation or acceptance, I guess. Like, I'm to the point now where I just don't care anymore. I've got information to share. I've got a story to share, and if I don't do it, then I'm not doing my job for the next person,
Right.
and you never know what somebody else is going through, or what their day was like, or could be like, or what they're fighting with.
Yeah.
A simple conversation like we're having here, who knows who hears it.
Yeah. And like Damien just said too, like, me and him, I don't know how old you were when you were in, but I was like, when we were kids when we served, I was 19 too.
Yeah.
I went in a little bit later, but like,
So I actually signed up at 17, did the delayed enlistment, turned it as soon as I turned 18 in July. I went in September. So I was in, 18 to 24, 23, 24. Yeah. Yeah. So, you grow up a lot, and then for me, I was 18 and got thrown in the middle of a war,
right.
and then, and a lot of people don't know. And I've really never said it out loud till just, not too long ago here, that, I came home on July 4th and buried my dad on my birthday, July 19th, my 20th birthday.
Wow.
So, yeah, we all carry stuff.
Yeah.
And we all hide stuff, and we don't talk about it, and
Being honest with yourself is one of the hardest things that you can do, but it's the best thing you can do too.
yeah, I had
One of the best things.
to do this exercise at the Marcus Institute, and I don't want to go too much into it just because if somebody else is listening and wants to do it, or, please reach out, I'll get you information. But, there was this one exercise, and the doc goes, so how long has it been since you've felt happy? What do you mean felt happy? When's the last time like you felt joy, like you got that warm, fuzzy feeling? Yeah, I don't know. When's the last time you had a dream? Yeah, I don't know. And these are all things that some of them are PTSD related, some of them are, TBI related, and they can overlap, but they're different. They're completely different, animals of their own. But just answering those hard questions, and she was like in my head like that, and I'm like, oh,
Right.
I mean, that quick, and I'm like, oh boy. So
Yeah.
they see right through it, and I'm really thankful I went, man.
Yeah. I definitely am looking forward to learning more about them. I've been before I forget, the sponsor for our show is Mad Viking Beard and Mustache Company. I want you guys to go to madvikingbeard.com and use promo code FMCE Season 2. Get 10% off your purchases. And if it wasn't for them, we couldn't do what we do. It's just a shit show. We really have no structure here. But we like to have fun. But and I was going somewhere with that too. I had the reason why I brought up Mad Viking too.
Because they're awesome. They're a great
They
group
are
of
awesome.
people.
Oh, I know. Okay. This past Saturday was one of the founders' birthday, Jason Hall's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I wished him happy birthday, but they went out and did those sensory deprivation tanks for his birthday. I've never done one.
Oh yeah.
I knew about this much about him last Saturday. Now I know about this much. I sat and watched a presentation a doctor gave about all of it, like what it can help, all the things that it does for you and stuff. And I'm like, it was like an hour and a half long lecture, and I'm like, I want to do one. So I got an old faithful Google, and I was like, where's the closest one to me? And there's 4 within an hour of me.
Wow.
So I'm gonna look into all of them and see like what the best reviews and stuff are, and I'm gonna try it to see. It can't hurt,
Right.
Yeah,
I'm going to do the hyperbaric as well. I'm going to give that a shot.
What's that one?
It's oxygen. They raise the oxygen levels, so you're like in pure oxygen. Yeah, I'm going to try that and see if it helps with some healing and things like that. So,
okay.
I wanted to do stem cell way back in the day when this happened, but it was still fairly new, and it just, wasn't an option at that time. So,
yeah.
But I got my original equipment. I'll keep it.
Yeah. I just want to try just new things. Like,
yeah,
I can't stay still very long. I just want to do things and experience new things like that. Like, I'm ready to go skydiving again. I'm terrified of heights. I went a couple years ago for my birthday, and I loved it. Like, as soon as we were out of the plane, I didn't care for the whole falling out of the plane, but that split second we were like upside down, I was like, okay, this is cool. It's not something I would probably want to do by myself. I don't want the responsibility of knowing all this technical stuff that goes into it, but like just having that, I didn't have that like pit in my stomach feeling that I was falling.
right.
I thought I would, and it was a good experience. So like, I guess a deprivation tank is the next experience that I want to. I don't have any. Everybody's like, you should go bungee jumping. I'm good.
Nah, and I'm not trusting a bungee jump to hold all this up. Yeah, I'm good.
Like, well, if it fails, you wouldn't feel it. I'm like, yeah, but
no,
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm not bungee jumping. Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah. Is that close to you guys, Jimmy? Because when I come over for the hike, I'll just do it then.
Yeah, it has to be. It's a 330 number, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be close.
You were probably like, cool. It was more like I did get a video of it. I paid for that, and it was like the biggest waste of money ever because my face is all. But it was fun. The pictures were cool, but the video was not that great. It's Canton.
Yeah,
Hmm.
there you go.
Yeah.
Half hour away.
Because I plan on coming out Thursday after work, spending Friday and Saturday, and come back Sunday.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fly in Thursday and do that Thursday Sunday deal. That's pretty cheap flight in and out.
Yeah. I'm gonna get me a job between now and then, so I'll just fly back with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
We'll be out there fishing every day, getting dinner.
Yeah. Did that today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you catch the shrimp?
No, I did not. I just went to the
Oh,
dock
okay.
and got them, but
Yeah.
could have fished, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did both military and fun jumps. 165 log. That's a lot.
Holy cow.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Make you a shrimp boat captain.
Yeah. 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 You and I'd be all right, wouldn't it? Lieutenant Dan and old Forrest.
I was doing that in Walmart the other day. Me and my roommate went to get some groceries, and he wanted some ice cream. And I was the whole way through the store. I was like, Lieutenant Dan, ice cream. Lieutenant Dan, I got ice cream.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Jason says, Jason Rutledge, he's like, bro, if you got to get that leg cut off or whatever, and you got to do, carbon fiber or whatever, he goes, if you don't think I'm calling you Lieutenant Dan, he said, I would expect nothing less. I would hope to God you guys would call me Lieutenant Dan. Like, I would expect
awesome.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you got to have the right attitude, man, with anything,
Yeah, definitely. I'm ready for a little getaway here soon. So got the 22 to none hike up in Michigan in April.
Yep.
Save 22 hike in May. I need something before that though. I want something before that. I don't need it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm ready for some bullshit. I want to get working on our next big thing, but I don't know where to start.
Yeah, that next big thing. I've been thinking about that off and on too.
It sounds really cool, but I know from here how much work it's gonna take, and here's a starting line. Like we're not like
we're
the amount of the work that's gonna have to go into it's gonna be ungodly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to find the right people with the right connections too. But I think it would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I make sure I sent that. I sent that. I met with I can't remember his title. Congressman Pence.
Yes.
Greg Pence.
You did send
last week.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him what we were planning, but I told him, I said, I will probably need your help and connections for what we're wanting to do. And he's like, all right, let me know what you need. So, I know you guys got, and I will. And I know he's good for it. So when we're ready, I think we'll at least have a direction we can go. So,
yeah. Yep.
Damien, you need to come up, fly up here to the good old United States, to the state of Ohio for the Save 22 hike, though. He's one of the Aussies.
Oh, hell yeah. Come on up.
Yeah, it is crazy how much you guys have grown. I love it.
Yeah, it's like you've watched. It's been a lot of behind the scenes. It's been a lot of crash and burns. It's been a lot of long nights, and it's paying off. But the main thing is with anybody at 22 to none, we've worked with them to help somebody, and that's the way it has to work. We have to keep helping each other, because I just don't see the bigger organizations that have the means and have the ability. I just don't see them doing what we're all doing together, and I don't understand why.
Right. Yep. I 100% agree. I had a similar discussion with someone. Oh, that phone call I told you about from my
Mhm.
buddy down in Florida, and brought up that one organization. You know,
Oh, yeah,
the the one that started out with great intentions and went this way, whatever.
yeah,
And that's like they said they don't want you know the funds to go to something like that because they want something
yeah.
that's actually going to do something with it. Not go spend $1 million at a Christmas party.
Right, right.
I got those, Jimmy. Thank you. Um, let me know who. I see the names, but I don't like with who they are, so I know how to address them. Um, I'm hoping I can get that RV sold here in the next few months or sooner.
6 months to a year.
I mean, if I still have it, I'll sell it. I'd like to sell it. I'd like to sell it,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
tomorrow, but I got some things I have to do to it before I let go of it though. I have to get the decals off of it and have to drive it over to uh Minerva, I think, is where Mike lives. Get that door changed over.
Okay.
He's gonna pull the front plate off the door so I can keep all the signatures and stuff.
Right,
I would not sell that the way it is.
right, right.
That door's mine.
Yeah,
And if I still have the RV, I might drive the RV over honestly for the hike. Because I
Uh,
definitely you didn't get to sign it.
no, no. Washington kind of threw us a curveball.
Yeah, it was confusing. So
Well, yeah, and then everything that happened in front of the Lincoln Monument. I mean, that was
yeah,
yeah,
like you said, like the day in DC was enough for a book.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
uh,
and it's
I don't know. Like my mom asked me tonight, she's like if I'm working on it and stuff, and I was like, yes and no. Like I'm trying to figure out where I need to start. Because I've never done anything like this. I don't know. I can't just start because I don't know where to start. And she was like, "What's the name of your book going to be?" And I'm like, "That's probably where I should start, isn't it?" Thanks, Mom. I was like, "That's a good idea." I was like, "I have no idea yet, but I know where I'm going to start now."
I think that's the name of your book.
What?
I have no idea yet.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
but
welcome.
yeah, I mean, there it is.
Because you didn't. You had no idea. You had no idea what the hell
No.
you were doing. You were
Yeah,
running. You were running for
yeah,
sure in more ways than just physical.
yeah. I talk to myself a lot at work, so that's just who I am.
Yeah.
Sometimes I answer, sometimes I don't. But but I play a lot of that back in my head, every day, different sections and stuff. But like, um, especially like the whole letting things go, because that shit will pop back up. I know that's never gonna go away. But like, um, just replaying the stories and like the memories and the people and experiences and everything. But it. I've said it before. Like, I wish everybody could just feel that. I don't want you to go out there and do it. Just have that feeling of just. That's the only way I can explain it. Like you would call it peace, internal peace. Whatever, Zen, whatever. Call it what you will. Just that freeing feeling is just you know that reset.
Mhm.
Call it whatever. Like I said, call it what you want. But
That's
why
like
not the?
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, no, go.
I'm reading a comment.
That's going back to that phone call in Arizona. I and you were like, "This is it," like I found it.
Yeah.
I'm like, found what? you know, and you're like, and good for you.
I've thought about that, Jeff. That's a possibility. I had thought about it a few times, not like nothing hardcore, but I have a couple ideas that I'm tossing around. I'm gonna make a list and ask a few people that I value their opinion. So, Albert, be prepared for a list.
Jeez, thanks.
Albert's just gonna be like a bigger part of the book as I am. So Albert's gonna be the one reading it. I've already decided that and asked.
Yeah,
So now I have to because I've asked him to do it.
that'll be
So
fun with me reading it, right?
it will, and we're gonna record it just like this too.
Yeah,
You know, preferably face to face, but
yeah,
you know, and I'm I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a cool concept.
But I think being part of Save 22 is very humbling and rewarding, and you can't put a price on friendships that turn into family. I agree.
Yeah,
I've met more family doing this than I have friends.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
And it's crazy how all those little things, God winks, karma, whatever you want to call them, work
yeah,
out. It's insane the amount of things that have happened when we're together or even apart, and you just feel it. You know, it's crazy.
I was in Texas one day, and my old tattoo artist lives in Daytona now. He moved down there a few years ago. He video called me when I was out running. So I walked when I answered the phone, obviously, and I talked to him for like 2 hours. You know, just while I was out there, and he's like, "Where you at?" And I told him. He's like, "Let me call you back." He called me back like 30 minutes later, and he's like, "Hey, there's people in this town that you're going to be in like 2 days. They want to take you out to dinner, blah 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 blah." And they were down in Daytona that earlier that year, and they were looking for a place to park their RV, and he had a big spot. He lives like right on the beach there in Daytona, and he's like, "Yeah, you guys can use my pass and park here." And didn't know him from Adam, and just let them park there, and they became really good friends and kept in contact on social media. And then I was going through their town, and they were I still I added them on Facebook, and they comment on my stuff all the time. It's like, and then I met Daryl, the drone. I call him the drone guy. He drove like 4 hours to come see me that one day. We were in Texas, and then um, he had found out about it through. I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Weldon had shared what I was doing or whatever, and he seen it or somebody, and it's just like it's a small world,
Yeah,
and I love it.
yeah. It's to watch smaller groups work together is through American Military Family, and I've mentioned them a couple of times already tonight, but they do a quick response for veterans that are in immediate need. Like they go to the vet, they actually fly or drive to the vet, put hands, boots on the ground, hands on the person, and get them to a safe spot, and then
Yeah,
working with them, and then watching some of those guys turn around, and then you watch people in Save 22, and then some of those people have crossed over and met through different ways that you can't even explain how it happens, and it happens, and then you meet a guy who did some stuff with Mad Viking. He, in Pittsburgh, because he was from Allentown. So, like you say, it's almost like you're an arm's length away from somebody all the time.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yep. We recently started a new chapter of the Mad Viking Indiana here, and it's a whole new group of people, and it's just with the short, like I think we're not even a year yet, and just that short amount of time, like we've already become just such a tight knit group of family, you know, and we've already done a few little events and stuff, and we sold the calendars. Did a calendar shoot, and I, I was Mr. July. I had to pick July. Like people were surprised that I picked July. I'm like, why would I not pick July?
Right.
But and then we donated the proceeds to Patrick, his little Debbie, his
Yes.
wife, for the funeral costs and stuff. So like, and I'm gonna be allowed to drive the check down and give it to her personally.
That's
So
cool.
and I'm looking forward to that. Like, just surround myself with awesome people and doing
Yeah.
good stuff, man. Like, there's so much negative in the world, and I focused on that for so long. But there's still bad shit out there happening, but there's something good in everything. You
Yeah.
might not see it for like that picture I shared. You might never see it sit under that shade of that tree, but something good comes from everything. So that's how it's hard, but that's how I try to look at everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to challenge yourself to do that.
Yeah.
Especially when you couldn't want to go have that drink or go want to isolate and not talk to anybody because it's easy.
Yeah.
That's not good either.
Yeah. My brain is always trying to do, the easiest way out.
Right.
Doesn't like conflict and change most of the time. So I definitely don't think I've mastered mine yet, but it's definitely on its toes. Like, oh shit, he's serious.
Yeah. Well, you're a hell of a lot further than you were even at the last hike.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I know. It's weird to feel that way, and it's weird to say that, but it's even weirder because saying it and knowing that it's true. Like, yeah, I'm not just agreeing with you to agree with you, but like, yeah, I'm not the person I was a year ago.
You're not. You're not, because that conversation we had out at JR's house, you're not that same person. Not that was a bad thing where you were.
Yeah.
It's just you're definitely a hell of a lot better now than you were then.
Yeah. Yeah, easy isn't always the best route. I definitely didn't take the best route. I could have planned different, but like, and I wouldn't have changed my route now for anything in the world, because every single person, I met for a reason, and they definitely, I might not have left as big of an impact on them as they did me, but that's this thing. That's something that that can't be taken away from me, though. I have that, and ever grateful for that. Like,
yeah. Well, hikes and push-ups don't matter, right?
No, they don't work. They don't do anything.
Sorry, I had to.
No, I
ripped that one right off.
I think about that every now and then. I just laugh to myself, and I'm like,
yeah, I do too.
I saw the way Tom reacted to it, and then I saw the way you reacted to it, and I saw the way I reacted to it, and I'm like, yep, okay.
Yeah. And again, it's not even worth talking about, giving even validation to that. It's not, because doing what you do, what 22 None does, what Mad Viking does, what Watersec Relief Project does, what we do, I know that stuff makes a difference. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah. And that's that's the best feeling in the world too.
Yeah. Look what it did. Look what it did for those cadets at Junior ROTC. We had no idea. And for those that don't know, probably should tell, we keep skirting around it. There was a Air Force Junior ROTC group in front of the Lincoln Memorial, and we had no idea why they were there. We just thought maybe they were running steps or doing whatever. And just to the left of them on the steps was a bunch of flowers and I think a candle, if I remember right. Mm-hmm. And I went up and told him who I was, told him I was Air Force, haha. And I said, you guys want to do some push-ups with us? And they're like, yeah, what are you guys doing? And we told them what we were doing. And Kyle had run across the country and just finishing up. And Kyle and Tom got up there and did their thing. And these cadets are screaming and getting after it. And I think even Tom said, and one for the Corps, and they kind of like went down and stopped them. Like,
Wait, what?
no, we're not doing that. And then find out that the reason they were there is because one of their senior NCOs had taken his life the night before or 2 nights before.
I think it was the night before.
The night before, and they were there to they did like a little tap ceremony there, and asked us to be part of it. So again, push-ups don't matter.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a photo of it, but I can't find one.
Yeah, that was and then hearing it after it had happened, I was telling, like, I couldn't even talk, and Kyle come up, he's like, "What's the matter?" And I'm like, just give me a second. And he's like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then Tom comes over and he's like, what the hell's going on? What's wrong with you? And then I finally got my shit together and was like, look, this just happened. Like, this is why they're here. And they did those push-ups knowing why they were there. We didn't know why they were there. It just kind of one of them. So,
and it's kind of funny because I won't say I was getting bitched at, but they're like, you're late. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying. I had, and I knew before I left that when I got to DC, I wanted to run around the pool. I knew that from the beginning, and I almost didn't.
Yeah.
Almost like they're waiting. They've been waiting for like 30 minutes. I'm extremely late. I should just do it. No, I'm like, I'm doing this, and if I wouldn't have, we might have missed each other.
Yeah.
Had
we not stopped and saw Fred.
Yeah. Exactly.
That was kind of planned, but not really, sort of.
Yeah.
And it just kind of happened organically. And it was amazing. Hey, Robert, what's up? So that's my cousin. He did 30 plus years in the Air Force.
Dang.
Yeah.
He's got he probably earned that electric chair,
yeah,
didn't he?
He's got all those things going up and down and all that.
Yeah.
Chesty McRack and all of it.
Chesty McRack. He got a nice desk job now. I ain't mad at people to do that.
No, he
I used to not get mad at him, but I used to be like, pfft. Now I'm like, damn, that was stupid. I want infantry? Like, you chose that?
Yeah. He didn't sit at my cousin didn't sit at a desk, I can assure you.
I believe it.
Later in his career, yes. Earlier, no.
Yeah.
It's funny because when I first met you, you're like, oh, Marine. I'm like, no. You're like, what? I get that all the time, and I'm like, yeah, no. I said maybe because so when I went in the Air Force, I had a couple options, and I'm like, whatever the hell. Like, play with guns, yeah, I like to shoot, so I'll go in security force. Let's do it. Well, I didn't know exactly what that meant. So I get done with tech school and basic, then tech school, and then spent 6 weeks reporting to gunny sergeant. Yeah. I did 6 weeks training with the Marine Corps. Not a fan. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
It's funny. My boss is former Navy, and I love my boss. He's probably the best supervisor manager I've ever had in my life. But he's Navy, so I obviously give him shit every day.
Right.
And but he's also one of the guys that will come out there and work with you, not just yell from the office.
Right.
I'll give him that. But about once every 2 or 3 weeks, he'll pull out and he'll start mopping. And I was like, Dale, you can't give me this kind of material, man. And I was like, he's like, what? And I was like, he came out of retirement to work because he was bored at home. He didn't want to sit at home.
Right.
And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, you gonna swab the deck? He's like, throws the mop down. He goes, finish it. You go ahead and finish it then. I'm like, oh, no. Like, you're the professional here, not me. I was like, I can sweep. I said, I didn't mop. You guys mop. You're the moppers. He's like, I'll show you, mopper. I was like, I know. I'm waiting on you to show me.
Yeah.
I was like, I need the professional to teach me. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. But I was thankful for that time, because you truly get to learn about brotherhood and sisterhood, especially, you know, when a gunny's treating you like a piece of trash because you deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You learn.
Oh yeah.
You learn. Yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Yep.
So,
We
but
had
yeah, I enjoyed that time.
when I was my best friend, my roommate, he was going to the recruiting office all the time. He was in the DET program, and one of the times that I went with him before I'd even talked to him, really, um, I can't remember what his title was, but he was a gunnery sergeant, but he's over the recruiting office. Um, and he was there the one time that I went, and like, well, let's go do a workout. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm like 17, 18, and the gunnery sergeant was probably 5'2", 5'3", maybe. Real short dude. And I was like, in my head, I didn't say anything out loud. In my head, I was like, this little guy. I'm not a big guy by any means. Never have been.
Right.
But I'm like, this guy's tiny compared to me. And but man, he fucking ran like the wind. I'm like, this motherfucker's serious. All right.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
a guy that Sergeant Major Ramirez. He's retired Marine, obviously, and he's same stature, 5'2", 4. And when he talks, he still gets your
Oh yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still gets your attention. I find myself kind of standing at the parade rest when he talks. I'm like, I don't have to do this. Why am I doing this? He's just one of
Somebody was
those
telling me
guys.
at work, somebody was talking about boot camp and stuff, and they were like, they pulled that. I couldn't have a drill instructor yell at me in my face. I was like, yeah, you could.
Yeah, you could.
Like, yeah, you could. But they were like, how do you know their voices? I'm like, you just know. I said, I guarantee you, I graduated boot camp August 2007. I guarantee you I could still pick out my senior drill instructor's voice. I guarantee I could. Just because it was drilled into you, like, you get it, but like, I had that attitude for not when I went in, but like before I went in, I was like, yeah, I don't want nobody yell at me in my face, and I'm like, I need somebody to yell at me in my face.
Right. Right.
Like, all right, yes, sir. I'll push harder.
And that's something we talk about a lot too, is just the simple things like that. The military doing such a great job of getting you ready to, to be ready to go protect, defend, and what they really are lacking is when you leave is how to help you, relax a little, unwind, deprogram that. And I don't know if it ever can be, but it's just one of those things.
Right. Before I forget, we were about 15 minutes out. Gotta find it. Yellow. I made a new slide for the network. So this gives you all the information. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. We are not live on TikTok right now. We're working on how to do that. But you can also listen to us on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Those episodes will be uploaded probably tomorrow. So if you don't want to watch us, you can listen to us later. Monday Night Mayhem every Monday at 7, or not 7:30. 15. I can't even read my own writing. 17:30 every Monday Eastern Standard Time. Crossroads is coming back soon. I don't know when. Hopefully soon. But they'll be every Wednesday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and obviously the best show on the network, Full Metal Crane Eaters, every Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I only put that up, Eric, because Jade will bitch at me if I don't put the slide up. So she'll be like, "You need to put the slide up." Slide.
You forgot.
Yeah. So that Jade, that was for you. But yeah, if you guys will go and subscribe to us on any of those platforms like Spotify, Pandora, iHeart, whatever. That'd be awesome. Nope, negative. Judy said, you're right. I didn't fix that one. That said 3:30, didn't it? It did. So don't refer to that slide. That's the wrong one. I didn't upload the new
That's the new old
See?
slide now.
way to go, Kyle. See?
Way to go,
All right,
Kyle.
I'm giving Tom all the technological responsibilities from now on.
Wait a
Good
minute. Wait a minute. You might want to rethink that one.
Okay, fine. I'll fix it this time. But after that, I'm done.
Just kidding, Tom. Not really.
Oh yeah, we love you. She's right. This is why we can't have nice things. It's true.
Yep.
I'll have it fixed by next week. I promise.
Yeah.
I saved it, and it's not next to the. I don't know. I'll find it. So, this is like like I said earlier. I wish you guys could have like heard what we talked about before the show, just because that was a show in itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've touched on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
But there's like I said earlier, like there's never a time I don't want to talk to Albert. You know,
Yeah.
I'm in a good mood. I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a sad mood, depressed, upset, pissed off. Albert's one of the few go-to people that I got. So
appreciate that.
I appreciate you. We still got like 12 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what.
I actually got longer than that. We got longer than that because we started late because of my internet.
Oh, yeah, attaboy. Marcus Institute, again, if anybody wants any information, please reach out to Kyle or myself. I'm on social media. You can find me. I'll give you a phone number, information, how to do it, whatever. At least make the phone call if you think you might want to know. And if not, they're going to tell you like you're not, like don't work. They'll find you an option. They're not just going to leave you out there. And if you're looking for some cool things to do, shameless plug, look out, for any fishing opportunities, golf, motorsports, therapy, all that good stuff. We do all that at Save 22. So,
I need to go to a race this year. I've never been to one.
I'm hoping you can go in September to Indy right there with Lex June, our NHRA guy. Lex, Lex
awesome.
is he's an amazing person. Him and Gert are something special.
Yeah.
And they are truly living the American dream. They put all their stuff in a 40-foot shipping container and left Sweden and came here to America to chase the dream of being a top fuel funny car champion. Top fuel champion, yeah. Because he was a funny car champion in Europe.
Okay.
So he came here.
But my dad used to take me to like the drag races all the time when I was a kid, and I was like, that's the coolest thing. I never was a fan of like track racing, but just the drag racing, I loved it.
Yeah.
I think I would like all of it now.
I think you would enjoy the track racing, the NASCAR, with Mike Harmon. Again, a little plug.
Plug away. This is what this is for.
And Karen, what she does over there for the veterans and the first responders, and what Mike does and allows to happen with his team is, to be, you're pushing the car, you're with the car, you're in the pits, like actually sitting in the pits as the cars are coming in and changing tires. It's awesome. Pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. And then the interactions you get to have, with pit crews and other people, and it's more than just going to a race. It is.
Yeah.
You're shutting down for 3-4 hours. There's nothing to think about. You're caught up in the moment. You're all, and they're really good about making sure you meet certain people or get to talk to certain people, or constantly pointing out like, hey, over there is Rusty Wallace, go say hi, stuff like that. It's just cool. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man. And then fishing and golfing, of course. We can do that anywhere. Can do it anywhere.
Yeah. I want to go out fishing.
You know, if somebody wanted to go fishing, all they'd have to do
I
is say,
do.
"Hey."
Yep, I'm ready. I used to go when I was a kid up to Minnesota every
Yeah,
summer for like 6 weeks, and I loved it. You know, I was like
yeah,
10 or 11, and at 10 or 11, I loved it. So like when we'd catch northern pike, 3 feet long. I was the one of the coolest experiences. As a 10-year-old reeling in a
yeah,
2.5 foot, 3 foot
yeah.
northern pike, and I'm like, this thing's a shark. And then they're like, let's go fish for walleye, and I'm like, what's that? And they were like, it's like 10 times bigger, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, we do intercoastal down here. We don't get out in the ocean, but we take 3 to 4 vets out on a small boat. And Captain Tim calls me one day and he's like, "Hey, I got a problem. They're not fishing." And he's real quiet on his phone. I said, "Well, what the hell are they doing?" He goes, "Well, they're talking." I said, "Okay, keep driving around. Let them talk.
Yeah.
They'll fish when they're ready." By the time they got back, they had maxed out on the fish they could catch, because he's really good at what he does. And they come back, and I met him at the dock and was talking and, talking to all the guys, and they're exchanging phone numbers and addresses. And, and that's the cool part.
Yeah.
To watch this little network you're building for these guys to have support, and gals too, they have that support. They can call each other and lean on each other. And, that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, my cousin right there, Robert, he got a little ski-doo that's set up for fishing.
That'd be fun.
Like a little wave runner type thing, and it's set up for fishing. They fish right on it. He sends me pictures all the time out in the out in the water, and he's right there, and he's in Florida, of course, Gulf side,
yeah.
blue water, clear water. Yeah. Love him. Hate him, but I love him.
I would like to try a rage room. I think it'd be fun.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I could you could always let out some rage in a healthy way. All right, Damien, thanks for stopping by. I don't know what time it is there.
We'll see you at the hike.
Isn't it like 10 a.m. there or something?
6 or 7 hours. Well, Italy's 6 hours, so I don't know what he would be.
I don't know. I saw another post the other day about Australia, like why you don't want to live there, all the things that want to kill you. I'm like, man, but it's 11 a.m. I thought so. I was off by an hour. I'm sure some of it is like Photoshop a little bit, but like some of those snakes and shit.
Yeah.
That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I don't care if there's bats that can carry me away. I don't care. Snakes, nope. Snakes in my toilets, nope. I'm good.
I still turn my shoes over. I still turn my shoes over and dump. It's a habit. Living in Arizona, it was kind of one of those things that they always said, just make sure you turn your shoes over. And I'm thinking, well, I'm in a house. How's a bug going to get in? They can get in. So I still do that to this day. I still flip my shoe over or bang on the top of it and before I put it on.
Drop bears with STDs. What?
Huh?
What are you talking? Is that something that you do over in Colorado?
Must be a Colorado thing.
You didn't go to the right part of Colorado, apparently, Albert.
Yeah, because
I had a buddy at Custom Save 22 hoodie. He asked what 22 meant. I told him 22 veterans make. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That doesn't help anything, Jade.
Yeah, koalas doesn't help me at all.
You're dropping koalas with STDs, or koalas have STDs?
And they're doing and like I got this mental picture now of a koala grabbing a hold of a bear and just trying to get after it.
Take my herpes.
You will take my STD. You will take it.
It's like the Care Bears.
I'm putting my real disease on you.
And that's why it
we're
goes
talking about things in Australia.
And this is why it goes.
So are they dropping bears in Australia? I don't understand where the STD. That's what you need to clarify where the STDs is coming from.
Yeah.
You saying the STDs come from Australia? For bears in Australia?
Or the koala giving it to the bear? Because I'm still stuck
Yeah,
on
like
that. Because it wouldn't be right if
never
the bear
know.
was on top of the koala.
That's just rude. That's just wrong. You see, you'll never know what we'll talk about on the show. Like, we can be serious, we can be funny, talking about koalas giving bears STDs. It's always it's always entertaining. I promise.
I'm not going to be able to get that out of my head tonight. Thanks.
I need to call on a buddy that makes my like all the graphic design stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, I need you to make a GIF for me. All right, what? I need you to make a koala giving a bear an STD. Like, what?
Just go with it.
These are the,
Don't
these are the
ask.
things I think about at 2 a.m. Like, I think you need to go see a therapist. Oh.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Rob, for stopping by.
See you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Love you. I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to the hike. I'm looking forward to the people that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Just that togetherness.
Yeah,
I need more than once a year.
My uncle said he went last year, was his first time. He's Vietnam era. And he came and had, he's coming back.
Nice.
He's coming back.
I'm gonna reach out to my uncle. He was there in DC, Vietnam. And I'll see if I can get him to come to the hike. I don't know if it'd be quite a drive for him, but they travel a lot anyways. But I think being around that, I think he'd love it.
Yeah.
It's because like no era of veteran had it easier than the last, but like the Vietnam guys, I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously they got done wrong and everything else, but like on top of that, all the shit that they had to do, so
yeah.
Yeah, Jade, you need to be at the hike too. You missed last year. No excuses this year.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty significant year. Of course, 22, but it's our 6th deployment, which is I got your 6. So
yep.
It's just kind of gonna be a lot going on.
Not another selfish plug, if you will. My new Because He's in Brother hoodies will be available for pre-order here probably in the next 2 weeks or less.
Yes, please.
I think
same deal as last time. You got to sleep with it before I wear it.
Okay, I won't. I'm not going to take this one across the country with me though.
Yeah, and don't give it any STDs.
Yeah, no koalas, no bears. But I actually designed one of the things on the shirt this time, and I think it turned out pretty cool. And the people that are doing it seem to like it. So
yeah,
I'm just fighting with them on this logo. They're wanting to change it a little bit, and I'm like, that's the one thing I don't want changed.
Right.
They're like, well, it's easier. I'm like, I'll pay for the hard part, I guess. Like the one thing I don't want changed. So once we can get that bump ironed out, we'll be doing pre-orders.
Okay.
I was thinking there for a minute. I was like, well, we're gonna get warm weather now, and then it's cold again. So
yeah, you can wear like for us even down here in the evenings if you're on the beach once the sun goes down. You can throw a hoodie on it. It's comfortable.
Yeah.
Yours has been to the beach a few times, so.
Nice. I still have. My mom just gave them to me tonight because I gave my sister and my mom like everything when I left to take care of, and I still have a couple hoodies I have to mail out from last year.
Oh boy.
I just got to find out who they belong to. So I have to go back to my list that I made. Thank God I made a list.
Yeah.
And reach out to the people. I'm like, hey, did you get this hoodie? Because I got one. I owe this to you because you've already paid for it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do better on remembering shit. So
I know a place.
Lists have been a godsend the past few weeks.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of these on my computer and things
Yep.
like this.
I've got this stack. I got this stack, and I got one in my bedroom just in case. If I think of something in the middle of the night, I get up and write it down.
Right.
So, all right, we got about 5 minutes left. I think that I want to give our sponsor another shout out before we go. Mad Viking Beard and Mustache Company. Just not for being some of the coolest people on the planet, but their products are the shit too. I swear by it. I've been using it since before I knew you guys. Like the same year I met you guys is when I started using it. They sent me a little care package for my first run, like some oils and stuff in it, and I was like, I don't even know these people, you know. And it was cool because it got shared. My video got shared of me talking about the first run in the Mad Viking page.
Yeah.
That's how I met Tom. That's how I met Dave.
Yeah.
That's just how it all started. So go to their website, buy all their shit. Or you don't have to have a beard to use their products. Use it on your hair too. Your leg hair, your knuckle hair, whatever. It works for all the above or below. But if you do buy something, use promo code FMCE Season 2. Get 10% off your purchase. So with that being said, Albert, do you have any closing thoughts, arguments, concerns?
I have lots of arguments, but we're staying positive tonight, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Push-ups and hikes don't matter. Eat a big fat satchel of Richards. That's what I got to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Kyle, you know, I've said it to you many times. I'll say it publicly. I don't care. I'm proud of you and where you're at. You know, you've helped me be a better person from what you've gone through. So I thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad that my shit has helped someone else. That's what it is. But because of people like you, you know, the things that you do, Tom does, you know, Ray, you know, I can't give a list because over the years that list has just gotten too long to list because we'd be here till next week and then I had to start over.
Yeah.
But you know, when we get those people that say stupid shit like that, it doesn't matter. I don't get mad at it anymore. I just laugh because like I almost feel sorry for you because of where you're at in your life, you know. I'm not any better than you. But like I remember not too long ago, I lived my life like that too. And I know that I can't live like that anymore. So yeah, you might get shit situations, shit things in your life like everyone else. But what I learned this past year is how you react to something, how you process it, and then what you take away from it doesn't have to be negative all the time.
Right.
So, I'm glad that you got to come on and hang out, and this would have been a normal conversation without you guys, you know, watching and listening.
Yeah.
That's really what the best part about this show is because it's really, I call it a show, but I don't really think of it as a show because it's more like a meeting, a Zoom call or whatever with, you know, whoever we have on in between me and Tom. This is what we normally talk about anyway. So we just give our shit show to you guys, and apparently you like it because you keep coming back and, you know, every week. So, we'll be back next week. Same bet channel, whatever. You know,
hopefully
the
time's right.
Yeah, we are going to be on at 8:00
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, with
now,
no
Monday
STDs.
With no STDs for me. Now Judy, on the other hand, I don't never know about her. You know, she's juicing, you know, going to the gym and shit. No,
oh boy.
But Monday Night Mayhem, I think they're starting at 7:30. I think I have to. But watch their show. Go to our Facebook pages and like our stuff. Albert, again, I love you. Thank
Love you
you.
too.
And till next time, guys, we'll see you all and hear you all, since some of you are listening, next week.
You are no longer black, or brown, or yellow, or red. You are now green. You are light green, or dark green. Do you understand?
It's that full metal cran-eating creature in the sand, creeping, keeping every man, woman, child in our land sleeping peacefully and shatter any enemy they come across. You messing with America, then you must really wanna lost something soft. It's not of pertinence or interest. Gladly sacrifice themselves so you don't have to witness the cost of what your freedom is, and they gain it in inches. So long story short, don't end up on the ship.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.
You're easily offended, then you legally should exit. There's no decency on this frequency. Our method is bringing prime time entertainment to the veterans, and those of you who know the truth is what they have protected. Shout out to Tommy Roddick and the baby Jesus, run it up. Saving 22 by the day, homie, buddy up. Sit back and relax while the dude speaks some facts. While you're here, have a snack of some color-coded wax.
It's that full metal cran eaters, 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 full metal cran eaters.